The economic sector corresponds to the division of the economic activity of a state of territory and includes all the state of exploration of natural resources, of to industrialization, preparation of consumption, distribution, and commercialization of goods and services. The classification of economic sector is useful to understand how all areas of production and trade are related as well as to all. Understanding the impact of the economic policy of a state on specific sector of the economy. The economy of a nation has been classified into the following economic sector: primary sector, secondary sector, third sector, quaternary sector. Enter each of these areas of subdivide into economic subsector which make up all links in the product chain.
First task will be to prepare the growth with a living work so that the substrate duration is uniform and the land is right. We proceed to the creation of channels and the sowing for a rice plant to reach maturity. It takes 3 to 6 months, depending on the variety and where it is grown. And the basic care consists of an important contribution of water, about 5,000 liters to obtain a kilo of rice, and protection against insects. At the harvest time, the first operation that is carried out with the right grain is cleaning and hosting. This process removes the hard shell that protects the grain when it is on the earth. This is how you get brown rice rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Afterwards, it undergoes a process by which the cooker or brand covers the grain and the germ is totally or partly eliminated. But at that time, a large part of vitamins, minerals, and fibers is also lost. We receive the rice with a humidity of approximately 21-22%. It goes to the dry and we lower the humidity or by 1 point through hot air pass do we get to 12%. He began describing then that rice is stored and left to pass for 13 days approximately where began industrialization. In the industrial part, the first process is hosting. This obtaining the rice is the host through to hosting rolls which work by friction towards the same center and at different speeds. This makes on the railroad faster than the other and thus the shell is removed. Say especially the rice is then passed through the paddy tildes, which determine which grain was pellet and which was not. That process a backward movement towards a machine and the rest of the pellet rice continue toward the cones. The next step is to separate the broken rice according to the amount of band groups. Or 4 zeros or 5 zeros will be spoken of the rice. In the first case, there are those without the 25% back group and the second 15%. Manufacturing converts these materials into finished products and distribution ensure that these final products reach the consumers through a network of distributors, warehouses, and retailers. It is said that the chain began with the suppliers on your suppliers and ends with the customs your customers' distribution system in the supply chain. Let us suppose that the company has the distribution system that is its product first passes through a small warehouse in La Carita, central one of several regional warehouse, and finally is delivered to the warehouse of the stores that make the sale or to the final consumer. Lastly, the fourth step, quaternary. This step is based on knowledge involved with information, quaternary development and research. It needs people who are specialized in that aspect. Some must use high skilled people who are expert in the fields, specialists who examine and test the quality of rice and check if it is ready for the consumer or not. Includes the steps from making rice to conception. You might have get the basic idea of the four levels of economic activities.
I will now define the real means. Activities are made of obtaining resources from nature. Involve the triable and production of raw materials such as corn, coal, wood, and iron. Coal mineral farmers or fishermen will be works in the primary sector. Secondary sector is activities related to the transformation of raw materials into consumer products. Involve the transformation of raw or intermediate materials into goods, manufacturing, textile into cars or textiles into clothing. A builder and the dressmaker will be worked into the secondary sector. Tertiary sector jobs consisting of offering service to people. Involves the supplying of service to the consumer and business such as babysitting, cinema of baking, containing will be works in the tertiary sector. Thank you. Quaternary sector. They usually test the products if they're good enough for the consumer or not.